It was late summer in 1939, and the air was thick with tension. We knew something terrible was coming, but we didn't know when. I was a young Polish soldier, stationed near the German border. The fields were golden with ripe wheat, and the villages were full of people going about their daily lives. Yet, there was an uneasy feeling in the air. Our commanders tried to keep us calm, but we could see the worry in their eyes. We spent our days training and preparing, but deep down, we hoped that war would not come. On September 1st, 1939, everything changed. At dawn, we heard the rumble of tanks and the roar of airplanes. The Germans had invaded. Explosions shook the ground as bombs fell from the sky. Panic spread quickly. We grabbed our rifles and rushed to our positions, ready to defend our homeland. The noise was deafening, and the sky was filled with smoke. We knew this was it, the war had started. We encountered the German forces quickly. They had many tanks and planes, and their attack was fast and powerful. We tried to fight back, but our equipment was old, and we had fewer weapons. The noise of battle was deafening. Tanks rolled over fields, and planes swooped down, firing at anything that moved. We fired at our rifles and tried to hold our ground, but it was clear that the Germans were very strong. They advanced quickly, and we had to keep moving to avoid being overrun. Our commanders ordered us to fall back. We were not giving up, but we needed to regroup and find a better position to defend. We moved through the forests and villages, trying to stay out of sight of the German planes. Everywhere we went, we saw destruction. Homes were destroyed and fields were burning. People were fleeing with whatever they could carry. It was heartbreaking to see our country in such chaos. We tried to help the civilians as much as we could, but we had to keep moving. As we made our way to Warsaw, our capital city, it was under heavy attack, but we were determined to defend it. The city was full of soldiers and civilians, all working together to build defenses and prepare for the fight. The Germans bombed the city every day, but we kept fighting back. The streets were filled with rubble, and many buildings were destroyed, but our spirit was not broken. We set up barricades and prepared for the worst. The people of Warsaw were incredibly brave, and their determination gave us strength. In Warsaw, we fought the Germans in close combat. It was brutal and terrifying. We fought in the streets, in the buildings, and even in the sewers. Every corner could hide an enemy, and every moment was filled with danger. We were tired and hungry, but we knew we had to keep fighting to protect our city and our people. The battles were intense, and we lost many friends. But we also saw acts of incredible bravery and sacrifice. We did everything we could to slow the German advance, hoping for reinforcements that never came. Despite our efforts, the Germans were too strong. On September 27th, 1939, Warsaw surrendered. We were heartbroken, but we had fought bravely. The city was in ruins, and many of our comrades were gone. We were taken as prisoners, and the war was far from over for us. We knew that Poland was now under German control, but our spirit of resistance remained. We were determined to continue the fight in any way we could, even if it meant joining the underground resistance. As prisoners, life was harsh. We were taken to camps and forced to work under terrible conditions. Food was scarce, and we were constantly watched by German guards. Despite the hardships, we tried to stay hopeful. We found ways to communicate with each other and share news about the war. Some of us even managed to escape and join the resistance. The bond we shared as soldiers helped us survive those dark times. Years later, I still remember the invasion of Poland. The fear, the fighting, and the loss are still fresh in my mind. But I also remember the courage and the determination of my fellow soldiers and the people of Poland. We fought with everything we had, even when the odds were against us. The invasion of Poland was a dark time, but it showed the strength and resilience of our nation. We never gave up hope, and we continued to fight for our freedom. The memories of those days will always be with me, a reminder of the price of war and the value of peace.